Hey everybody, this is Brett, and today I'm going to describe how to make a squatting toilet platform, just like the one that I'm making. And you may not have all the tools that I do and be able to make it this nice, but you can probably still make one if you pick out really straight 2x3s. Okay, so even if you don't have a planer, even if maybe you only have hand saws and a drill or something, like you don't even have clamps, you could probably still use screws and do it that way, and hand saw it. But you'll need to really look over the 2x3s. You buy these 2x3x8s, and you'll need 13 feet of those to make this whole thing. 4 legs and 4 sides. And you'll need a couple of extra pieces here for the supports. I added that on as a recent addition for extra strength. But yeah, these pieces will not, they cannot have any warp, they cannot have any bow, none of that. If you want them to fit good, if you don't have a planer and a joiner. If you don't have a planer and a joiner, it's going to be really tough. If you do have a planer and a joiner, it still takes a lot of time to make one of these. And I think that some people don't realize how much effort is required. Many hours, But basically what you do is you need a width of 23.5, that's what I use. And then a depth of 17.5. And then you'll need to cut a hole that's adequate for your toilet. And this one is for more of a roundish toilet. And then I'm going to make them a little bit longer for elongated toilets. So there are different toilet shapes, round and elongated. And then you've got to measure the height of your toilet from the top to the bottom, not including the seat. And then the back piece has to be cut out, so you'll have to figure that out. Hopefully you can get a hold of a jigsaw. That's what I use to cut that out, a jigsaw. Okay, so I do that so that the toilet is not so high up and that it fits kind of nicely into the back of the toilet there. And so you don't necessarily have to cut that out. You can just leave it high if you want to. But you will need like screws and or clamps to glue it all together. And like I said, if you get really clean pieces, you might be able to pull it off without those tools. But you need to put it all together, and you would have to put screws in here. Of course, mine is all done with pins. See these little holes? See these little holes in the corners? Okay, so I put alignment pins in there. I clamp all the pieces down. I clamp them all down, and then I drill alignment holes and put little alignment pins, just 1/16 inch nails through there, so that when I glue these down, they don't slip at all, they don't move at all, and everything is dead freaking perfect. Dead perfect. Okay, so if you're like most people, you won't want to have to go through all of this to make your own squatting platform, but you can buy one from me. In the description box down below, you'll find the link. They're really super nice, and I don't charge that much for them. They're totally worth what I'm charging, and you will really enjoy it. You do have to put a finish on it, get out your paintbrush and put a finish on it. I'm not asking, miracles here. Anybody can paint something if they put a little bit of effort into it, and that's what this channel is all about. You have to make an effort. I can't do everything for you. That's why I'm not doing massage anymore. I just teach self-massage, because people need to do their own work. And I realize that not everybody has all these tools that I have, and knowledge and know-how, etc., to be able to make their own platform. But at least you can paint it and get creative and have fun. Oh, and don't forget to use a non-toxic paint. If you'd like a nice clear finish, I recommend the Mountain Finish from Earth Paints. And then everything has to be 90 degrees so that when you clamp these in, that there's no gap. See, there's no gap whatsoever. Everything is effing perfect. See that? And then these pieces are for extra support, so that you can have a super heavy, these are maple. I used maple on these, and these are just scrap pieces that I had. One of them I used pine, but I made it a little bit thicker. Regardless, those two pieces right there are on the opposite side of where people are going to step when they take a dump. And so that makes that so strong. So there you go, you got that and that, super strong. This is about 11 inches. This is about a little bit more than 8 inches, FYI. It's not round because people need to step here. The toilet may be round, the toilet is rounder. But for the squatting platform, you got it this more flat on the sides for stepping right here and here. And then each one of these pieces has to be exactly the same length, so that when you take this and you put it down, oops, you put it down like that, no rocking, no rocking. This cement floor is not perfectly flat, but it's generally pretty good, and you can see there's no rocking right there. So, you know, then you got to route. If you don't have a router, you'll have to sand all the corners. So just take some heavy sandpaper, like some 80 grit sandpaper like that, and fold it over and glue it. And then sand all of these edges. I'm just rough sanding these. If people want them smoother than the way that I'm sending them, they'll have to get them smoother on their own. But I'm sending these out pretty darn nice. Pretty darn, not like my massage tools, okay, but pretty freaking decent. And then you, what you need is a set of these for the bottom of the legs that you can get at Ace Hardware for $3.69. You drill the bottom of the legs and you put those on there, you know. Just make sure that the legs are the right length for your toilet. And then once again, the hole is the right size for your toilet. And there you go. You've got yourself a squatting platform. And after you get squatting, you'll realize how good it is, and you will not go back to sitting. You will never, ever, ever go back to the little stool in front of the toilet. Never. And then, like I did today at Home Depot, you will squat directly on the toilet. And like, there was this guy taking a dump right next to me, and I could see his feet under there. And I like pull up to the toilet there. It's like your car, right? I pull up to it, put my feet there, and then I grab the rails. There's rails there, and then there's rails there, and I just push myself right up there with my trousers down to my ankles, right? Take my dump, wipe my butt, get out of there. I'm good to go. I'm telling you, you won't want to, after you get squatting, you won't ever want to sit. And so, yeah, so if you buy one of these from me, then you will have to paint it. And somebody complained that I was charging too much and that I should be painting them also. Okay, so these things are a lot of work. You just do not, nobody realizes how much work I put into these things that I make. It's a lot. And so if you don't want to buy one from me, you can make one on your own. you can make your own. But you should know that I have a really short fuse with people's comments on YouTube. And if you make any schneid or even half schneid comments about like my teeth or my prices, those two things are just like, okay? So I want to thank you so much for joining me. If you want to buy one from me, the links are in the description box below. And yeah, thank you so much. Bye.